attention spans are interesting to study, and that's why some people are like the Scorsese type movies are boring because they don't have the Marvel style of pacing to be attention grabbing, like a YouTube video basically. And that's also something to talk about. You guys can throw in your thoughts, but thinking about like the Mr. Beast or the Beast Games, where he talks about how he started this season, like episode 1 and 2, as very YouTube style, and then as the season went on into the later episodes, it turned more into TV. So he had to grab them in like a long form. I don't know how many episodes that season was, but grab the people from his YouTube audience to watch the first episode or two, and then the later episodes turned into actual TV. I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah, he'd technically be in reality TV, kind of category.
Yeah,
a quality TV category, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a game show, but it's also a little bit of reality. I think Mr. Beast is an interesting case study because of the unconventional means. Again, it's comes out of the gates and never made a TV show before, and it is already the most expensive and broken how many other number of records. It's also interesting the style that Beast Games is, because I remember seeing that they start off with 1,000 players, which usually it's like in his videos, it's 1 out of 100 will get the prize or something. But with 1,000, you can't really make an emotional connection to anyone. So like in the first 5-10 minutes, they drop 100 people or something like that, just because they need to dwindle the numbers. I don't think I'm getting that right. That doesn't sound right. The more I talk about 1,000 people. No, it is. It is. Mr. Beast Games follows 1,000 contestants.
Yeah. Because, well, I'm surprised they actually went through that because of the whole like Mr. Beast circumstances, which I never really followed. I just know that stuff went down that he was associated with, but maybe not directly associated with, but possibly directly. So I don't know. I was just like, oh, he's still around.
Yeah. So he was a part of drama. More Chris, who is a transgender teammate of his, and some minors, stuff like that, which was very serious. But Mr. Beast was allegedly a part of that, and the Dog Pack was releasing videos of exposing Mr. Beast, and it turned out that all of those were false. Mr. Beast was silent, not because he was guilty, but because he knew Beast Games was coming up, and if he said anything, it could jeopardize it. So his lawyer said, just don't say anything. And then eventually it was like shown that all of those allegations were false. So Mr. Beast himself may not be the best guy, but he's not a part of that drama that he initially was roped into, even though, yes, there were some people on his staff and friends who were a part of that, but that was all clear, and then they released Beast Games. And yeah, it's not like he's an all upstanding citizen, or not citizen. He's an upstanding citizen, but I don't know if it was Ninjas who brought up either in our episode or their own, where he's like, bro really watched Squid Game and said, I relate to the game master, not to the contestants who the protagonists of the show. The game masters are the antagonists. Like he's like, I really want to be that guy. It's so backwards. It's so funny.
I love that. I also heard, so as someone who's taking intro to business law classes right now, reading, like, being there while I'm studying cases of similar things where you basically just say, I'm trying to start this new venture, this new business idea. I just need to shut up because all of this is going to be used against me later. So I remember I watched just a small snippet of the trial, and Mr. Beast was just answering everything in the shortest possible way. And it was pretty smart. I don't actually remember like the end of the trial, or like I didn't pay attention to it. So I have no idea what my thoughts are on the actual like content of it, whether he was guilty or not. But
you're talking about the actual lawsuit about Beast Games?
Yeah.
There's a lawsuit with Beast Games?
Yeah.
September 16th, 2024, 5 anonymous contestants of the Beast Games filed a class action lawsuit against Jimmy Donaldson, alleging unsafe conditions, lack of medical care, inadequate food, unpaid wages, and sexual harassment on set. I thought this was relating to his drama with Chris Tyson and stuff before Beast Games, but this is you're talking about a post Beast Games problem.
Post Beast Games problem and stuff like that. But also it kind of does tie into the drama previously, because he understood that he just has to be quiet. And then in these cases, he just has to be quiet because even if he felt like he even if he was innocent, the more information he gives, the more that can be used against him. When in doubt, shut up.
True. I'm glad we got our coverage of YouTuber drama so that we can get a clip with Mr. Beast's face on it, so we can those do well.
Mr. Beast, innocent or guilty?
There you go.
Then just me.
You're giving me all my content nice and easy, served on a platter. Oh, I love you, Josh.
Guys, I don't think I've ever actually watched a Mr. Beast video. Is that weird?
I never have.
Some of them are entertaining.
You're not missing out.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Classic ones. Like, I like the ones much older. Some of his new stuff, I don't watch it anymore because it does straight up feel like it's lost his personality.
Yeah. I watched the most recent one was the Pyramid one, only because I wanted to research a little bit with ninjas. And that is a very interesting one, simply because like Andy brought up, that he's just kind of like, yeah, aliens did not build this. And it's like, you're very obviously saying that because I told you to say it. But what's an actually good Mr. Beast video? I know we're not talking about movies anymore, but we'll get back to it sometime.
It's Roundtable.
I actually like listening to podcasts that he's on, like Colin and Samir. They do YouTuber talk and how to grow and all that. And they had him on talking about Beast Games, talking about the lawsuit, and talking about how to grow as a YouTuber. I used to not like Mr. Beast, simply because I didn't like how his claim to fame was that he said he read a dictionary all the way through. It's not that creative. And people started watching him because they're like, oh, wow, he actually did it. But there's just a lot of drama around it. Like the YouTuber Hide and Seek, it was an entertaining video, but like Rosina Pacino or something like that said that there was a lot of editing to show that she wasn't, like, the final product is not what actually happened. And so there's some things like, this is actually very interesting concerning how I edit. So in that video, Mr. Beast rewrote history and what actually happened for the story, for something that would make better entertainment. And I actually did that with Josh one time. It was in, I believe, the Dark Knight Rises episode when you weren't wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
And I switched some of the words around, not because I wanted it to be better, but because it didn't make sense the way that it was recorded. And so actually putting them back to back or in a different order made a better opening to the episode. And I was like, this technically didn't happen, but I'm okay with it. So it's interesting seeing that from a creator standpoint.
From a larger standpoint too.
Yeah,
on a bigger scale. I also, I don't know if you guys fall into this same problem, which I don't even know if it's a problem. It's more just me wanting to be unique and creative in my own special way. Anytime I start off watching someone, like whether it's Mr. Beast or even back when I watched Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, like the classic, the big three.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were called, the big three at the time.
For sure.
Mr. Beast too. I remember watching them all way back when they were much smaller. Like I remember Mr. Beast would this many magnets curve a bullet. Wait, before he was making substantial amounts of money from sponsors and stuff like that, making millions and millions of dollars, and putting all of that money back into a video. Like I watched him then, and now that he's big, it's like, well, I don't want to be a sheep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you guys find yourself doing that?